Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Will. Have you ever been curious about places that were outside of the United States, like different countries or anything? We all see and hear about people with different lives in different countries, but do we really know what they really go through? I've always been curious about places outside of the United States and what life is like for those who live lives of royalty. Everyone, everyone, because I know I did, as a kid dreamed of being either a king or a queen one day and living the life of royalty, but do you really know how to carry yourself in such high standards? In this speech, I will tell you about the United Kingdom and a woman who truly lived up to their culture. First, I will give you some background on the country and the allies with the United States according to the website state.org. And for those of y'all who don't know what ally means, friends, they get along with each other. Secondly, I will tell you about who Princess Diana was. To begin, let's learn about the UK life, what it's like, and a princess whose time on earth was cut short. According to the website studyinuk.org, retrieved on September 8, 2023, the United Kingdom is great at showing compassion for others. They love one another. In order to greet each other, they kiss each other on the cheeks. I know this kind of awkward, especially for us in the United States, because we normally give high fives or handshakes, but they actually kiss each other on both cheeks. The British are strict about being punctual, on time. They are always on time, especially certain events. I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, being on time might be a struggle if I was a king or a queen, because sometimes I am late. They believed in showing manners and being polite. They've always talked with manners, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. I'm not sure how many of you will struggle with that, but sometimes I do forget to use my manners, but they do not. And then art is very important to the British culture. Brian Organ painted a picture of Diana in 1981. The painting symbolizes that Diana's look was simple and charming. It was actually vandalized at one point, but it was restored. Since you know a little bit about the United Kingdom, let's now learn about an important figure in the British history. According to the book, The House of Windsor, A History, published in 1988 by J.G. Press, distributed by World Publications, Inc., retrieved on September 8, 2023, Diana was the third daughter, and she was also born in July 1st, 1961. At only 18 years old, Diana was a school teacher. She taught kindergarten in 1979 in a school in Pimlico. She had a great love for children. According to the book, The House of Windsor, A History, Diana was a model for young women in the United Kingdom. The young women during that time period looked up to her because her looks were gorgeous, they were simple, she was a role model for them. And then in 1981, on July 29th, she married Prince Charles, her husband. Diana and Charles had two sons, Prince Henry and Prince Charles. And then they actually divorced in 1996. I was born in 1996. Princess Diana was killed in a car accident on August 31st, 1997. She was actually on a date with her new boyfriend at the time. And when they were leaving the restaurant, they were actually chased. They were in a high-speed chase and chased by paparazzi. And the car was allegedly going over 120 miles per hour at the time when it crashed into a concrete pillar. And she actually didn't die instantly. She died like hours after the fact. Diana's funeral was September 6, 1997, as 2.5 billion people watched it on television. She was only 36 years old at the time of her death. After learning about the United Kingdom and learning about Princess Diana, I hope you see what life is like there. After hearing all that, I hope you can see what it's like to live in the United Kingdom and about a princess who lived up to that title. I hope you are able to see how British life was like, and that the dreams of those who were younger wanted to be king or queen, that she absolutely modeled that. Thank you. Are there any questions? Yes, Catherine.
What made you choose Princess Diana?
That's a good question. I've always been curious about her because I know she was around my time frame whenever I was a little baby, and I knew my parents always talked about her, and I always wanted to know more. Just what did she do besides being a princess? What more to her was there? Are there any more questions? Yes.
How did Princess Diana show her compassion towards people?
That's a really good question. So Princess Diana, she had a lot to do, like I said, with the young women and being a teacher. Well, she made the news because she actually shook hands with someone who had HIV. It was a young boy. So the world thought that was amazing because back then it was kind of scarce, I say, to interact with people who had HIV, and she did it publicly. Are there any more questions? Thank you.